Hello everyone. Welcome to my Love All Win All YouTube channel. Today we're going to hear about The Gift of the Magi and Other Stories by O. Henry, retold by Nancy Taylor. The Troubadour. Your support and love always motivate me to make more new videos. Keep watching. Please like, share, and comment to encourage me. For more video updates, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on all notifications for more videos. Now move to chapter. Sam Galloway is a troubadour. He moves across Texas and Oklahoma. He goes from place to place and plays music. He tells stories, too, and he talks to people about their good days and their bad days. The ranchers and their families like listening to him, and Sam gets a bed and food and drink for his work. On this hot summer day, we are at the Meridew Ranch in Texas. The Merides are good people, and their ranch is big. There are always a lot of people in the house, and there is a lot of noise. After 6 weeks with the Merides, Sam is putting his things on his horse and moving to a new place. On this hot summer day, we are at the Meridew Ranch in Texas. The Merides are good people, and their ranch is big. There are always a lot of people in the house, and there is a lot of noise. After 6 weeks with the Merides, Sam is putting his things on his horse and moving to a new place. He wants to go to a ranch with strong coffee, good food, and some quiet people. That afternoon, Sam arrives at Old Man Ellison's sheep ranch. Mr. Ellison and his men are very happy with this new visitor. The men sit at a big table in the evenings. They eat and drink well. Then, they listen to Sam's stories and his music. Mr. Ellison always wants to hear Sam's story about an old boat, and Sam tells it every evening. Mr. Ellison is a good rancher, but he is getting old. Now he has problems with his sheep and with the bank. He doesn't always have money for a lot of food and drink. He can't buy things for his house and his ranch. Every day he thinks about his problems. What am I going to do? The old man thinks. But at night Lai listens to Sam Galloway's music and stories and he smiles. He thinks, tomorrow is going to be okay. Tomorrow is going to be okay. But it isn't okay. In the morning, Mr. Ellison gets on his horse and goes to the fields. He wants to look at his sheep. On the road, he meets a tall young man on a horse. Good morning, Mr. Ellison says. They eat and drink well. Then, they listen to Sam's stories and his music. Good morning, the young man says. Are you Peter Ellison? Yes, I am, Mr. Ellison says. What can I do for you? My name is James King, but people usually call me King James. These are my fields. I don't want your sheep here. Move them or they're going to be dead sheep. But, Mr. King, I don't have, Mr. Ellison starts to say. You have 1 week, Mr. Ellison. 7 days. Goodbye, James King says. Mr. Ellison arrives home in the early evening. He is quiet and Biss' eyes are unhappy. After a little food, B sits with Sam Galloway at the table. Sam, play some music, please. Okay, Mr. Ellison, but why are you unhappy this evening? Problems, Sam asks. A troubadour knows about ranchers' problems. Yes, a very big problem. His name is James King. Oh, King James. I know about him. People talk about him on every ranch in Texas. He has a lot of animals, and he has money in every bank in the country. He's a difficult man. Don't go near him, Sam says. That's the problem, Mr. Ellison says. My sheep are in James King's fields, and he doesn't want them there. I don't have any good fields for sheep. But that's not your problem. Please, play some music for me. Sam plays his music, but he watches the old man. King James is going. to be a big problem for old Mr. Ellison. In the morning, Mr. Ellison goes to the store and to the bank. He is looking for an answer to his problems. He talks to some ranchers, but he can't find an answer. In the afternoon, Mr. Ellison is looking at his sheep. Suddenly, King James comes across the field to him. "Good afternoon, Mr. Ellison," the young man says. "I want to talk to you. It's important. These are my fields. I don't want sheep here." "I'm sorry, Mr. King. I don't have a place for my sheep. I'm looking for a new field for them." Mr. Ellison says, "I don't want to talk about the sheep. I have some questions for you. First, are you from Jackson, Mississippi?" "Yes, I lived there for 21 years, Mr. Ellison answers. "Do you know the Reeves family in Jackson?" Mr. King asks. "Yes, I do. Mrs. Caroline Reeves was my only sister." "Mr. Ellison, please, listen to my story. I can remember an important day in 1902. It's a cold winter day and I am only 15 years old. I arrive in Jackson with no family, no food, and no money. Mrs. Caroline Reeves sees me on the street and takes me to her house. She gives me food, a heavy coat, and good shoes. Then she finds a job for me at the Jackson Hotel, and every Sunday for 5 years I go to her house. She is my friend and my family. In 1907, I have some money in the bank. I talk to Mrs. Reeves about my plans. She listens and she gives me some money and a gold watch. I say goodbye and then I go to Texas. I buy my first field and 4 sheep. Today I have a lot of fields and a lot of sheep because Mrs. Caroline Reeves was good to me one day in 1902. I want to be good to you too. I have a lot of fields. Your sheep can stay here. And, do you have any problems with money?" King James asks. The old man tells the young man about his problems with the bank and the ranch. "You aren't going to have any problems after today. I'm going to put $2,000 in the bank for you tomorrow morning. I'm going to talk to Mr. Brooks at the store. Buy the things for your house and your ranch. I'm going to give Mr. Brooks the money for them. You're Mrs. Caroline Reeves's brother." "That's very special to me," King James says. Mr. Ellison goes back to his ranch with a smile on his face. He wants to hear some music, but Sam Galloway isn't in the house. In the evening, Mr. Ellison is drinking coffee at the table. The door opens and Sam walks in. "Hello, Sam," Mr. Ellison says. "You're very late. Did you go to Frio for the sleigh? Play some music for me, please. I'm a happy man and tomorrow is going to be a new day." But Sam doesn't play any music that night. He sits at the table and looks at Mr. Ellison. "I went to Frio and I looked for King James. I had your big knife in my coat. He was in the hotel behind the theater." His hand moved to his knife, but I was quick. "You aren't going to have any problems with him tomorrow. He's dead," Sam says. Mr. Ellison is quiet. Then he looks at Sam and says, "Can you play some music now? I can't understand things this evening. Maybe tomorrow." Thanks for watching. For more videos, please subscribe, like, and drop a comment about the video. Press the notification button to get my video instantly. Have a good day.